Hey, Stephen. My name is Megan McCracken, and Allie Henninger actually gave me your info, and she mentioned that you recently, I believe it was just last year, started your own company, and that you might want or need some help. I know she had set up like the initial bones of your website and everything, and she said business for you is going really well right now, which is awesome. But I just wanted to give you some tips and tricks of some things that you can do to get yourself seen more so that as those referrals that you're getting, if there's a slower season, you can still be found by people online. So again, it'll just be some tips and tricks to improve your online presence here. And then if after watching this video you're like, Megan, please just do this for me, then let's hop on a discovery call and I'll give you my number and I'm happy to do that. But otherwise, let's just hop into it with a few things that you can do. So the first thing is well, a lot of these things are going to be with your website. So the main things we're going to be covering are content, popularity, and citations. So first of all, with content, as a rule of thumb, Google likes to see about 1,500 words per like on the home page, and then usually about 500 words for like the sub pages, like the services, projects, for example, as some pages that you might have. Now, I know that your website is still pretty bare bones, but you definitely, in order to compete, would want to be having more content, and not just any content. You don't want to just slap on any paragraphs about anything, but content that's relevant to what people would be searching for if you want them to find you. So your number one competitor for these types of searches is the Utah remodel experts. The way that I found them is just by searching home remodeling Utah, and so these guys popped up at the very top. Now, their name obviously also helps out a lot. With you, I would actually, if you're, I mean, I definitely don't want to tell you to change your company's name because I know that that usually has significance for people. But a simple thing that you could do would be to just change your domain, so that people can find you more easily. So, as an example, on GoDaddy, there's homecontractorutah.com that's pretty cheap for you to buy, that's actually available. And that would make it easier for people to find you as well if it's in the domain there. Just since there are multiple BMD constructions, that would make people more likely to find you specifically. Um, but then additionally, if we look over at a website that I use called Ahrefs that kind of tracks keywords, backlinks, things like that. If we look at keywords here, this UtahHomeRemodel.net, they have 237 keywords that they're showing up for in just organic searches. So this isn't even from any type of paid advertising, just from searches, because they have the right keywords and content that's making Google say, hey, I want to show this website to the top people. So that is the first thing, is definitely improving the amount of content and making sure that it's quality content. You want quantity and quality, obviously. The second thing is the popularity, like I mentioned, which is that's backlinks. So what backlinks are is those are just other websites or domains that are linking back to your website. And Google likes to see, especially if they're relevant domains, like let's say like a blog about home remodeling, if it linked back to your website, that would look really good for Google. And if we look at your website, you do have a few referring domains, but they're all none of them are do follow links. And do follow means a do follow link means that it's actually a website actually vouching for you and saying, hey, you should follow this website. You should keep an eye on them. No follow links, which is what these are, kind of don't really mean anything to Google. So you technically do have 3 referring domains, but they're not super relevant. Where if you look at UtahHomeRemodel.net, they have 46 referring domains 76 times. And as a rule of thumb, you'd want to be able to kind of double the amount of backlinks that your competitor has. So if you could get 80 to 90 backlinks, which is definitely possible, there are softwares and websites where you can find those on, called Link Juice and or Majestic, where you kind of just put in, or you can search up all of the different websites that your competitor has backlinks on, and you can submit to get those same backlinks. And that will also show Google, hey, there's a lot of people on the net that really like this website, so I'm going to make sure I show it to more people. So it's a popularity contest. It's like the jock or the cheerleader telling everyone in the high school that this so and so person is cool, is basically what it is for Google. So that's the second thing. And then the last thing is citations. So another way that I found your competitor is the fact that they showed up in one of these top 3 spots. So as you can see, there's these top 3 spots here on Google Maps listings. And anytime you've searched for like a restaurant near you or something like that, these top 3 things have popped up. And in order to make it into one of these top 3, a really simple way to do it is by having your website cited in different places. Now, first of all, you'd want to set up a Google business profile for yourself, which you can definitely do, and have that really optimized with the right keywords and information for people to find you as well. But then once you have that, there's a website called WhiteSpark, and on that you can search up how many citations your competitor has. And here we can see that your competitor actually only has 6 citations. They have really high ranking citations. The DA here, that just means these are the amount of like points that it's worth to Google. So not all citations are created equal. Facebook is one of the top rated citations, for example. And so once you see all of the citations, you can actually just go into that website yourself and submit your Google business profile, submit your website address, phone number, and then the more citations you have, the more likely Google is going to show you in those top 3 spots. So that when people start to Google, just like I did, home remodeling Utah as just one example, there's other keywords we'd want to do it for too. But as just one example, home remodeling Utah, you can be in those top 3 slots so that people can be more likely to find you as well. So that's the last thing in regards to website. Another thing that I definitely recommend doing for people is paid advertising. So Google ads for your types of services are huge. They're really beneficial. Those are more short term, where SEO and website content can take a little bit longer. But once you have it up and going and can get yourself ranked, the long term payback is huge. And so it could help you scale your business, bring on more people, expand throughout Utah even more, and things like that, if that's something that you want to do. So I just wanted to give you those quick tips and tricks. Again, these websites that I used are Ahrefs is one of them. WhiteSpark is the one that I use for the citations. And then for content, like when you write your content, you can even just use word counters to see how many words you have. As you can see, this is your competitor. They actually don't have that many words on their homepage, but their keywords are really banging. So you want to have a mix of both. So those are my tips. If again, I'm happy to do this for you. This is what I do for business owners. So if you want to hop on a discovery call so we can talk about what your goals are, you don't have to do all of this. You can just do some of it. Give me a call. My phone number is 385-315-7439, or you can just text me back once I shoot this video over to you. So thanks, Stephen. You have a good day.